Now here's one more tip for the day that you can use with caulking. Now what I've taken is this old yellow roll, and you can see that's the natural color of it, and I've painted it white, same as the wall. But what else I can do with this is I can take my caulking gun, and if you see right there, there's a little black line or gap. There's also a gap on the top and on the bottom. You can get as tricky as you want. But if you want this to look like it was blend into the wall, then I can caulk right down through here, just a tiny, tiny bead, all the way around here, down to here, and down here. And I might even do just a little in there just for the hell of it. And then I'll hand paint that. Now I'll show you what it looks like over here, where I've taken these 3 or 4 key racks, and what I've done with them is I put a little bit of caulk on the outside. I put a little bit of caulk on the bolts or the nut heads, a little bit of caulk on the bottom here and in here, and I kind of blended it in. And now what I'll do is I'll paint this. I'll brush it in with some semi-gloss, and this will look like it's all just part of the panel right here. And someone will come in and they'll go, my God, that looks really nice. I don't know why, but it just looks really nice. It's because it's all molded in and there are no black lines. There are no breaks in the paint. It all looks like it's molded in. There's no black lines like this black line, which I can't do anything about. But I'm going to do the same thing with this, and I could do it with this if I was going to paint this, which I'm not, but I could. And remember, after you caulk something and you want to get it taken off, all you got to do is take your little knife and cut right down through here or wherever you have caulk at, and it'll come off. With this cabinet here, where I've caulked this in, up here, all you do is you take your cutting knife and just go in a 1/4 inch, cut that down, and take your cabinet out. And then after you put in new cabinets, you can do it again, or put in just new caulk. And it works really well. Now over here I'm waiting to have the whole house done before I take out I'm going to take out the stove and the refrigerator and get at the back of this. Another thing too is I haven't got this back wall, and you can see where the paneling has got some wood knots in it, where they're showing through right there. These are oil spots that come through with the wood, and the best way to fix those is to use oil primer on them as a blocking agent and then paint it. Because if you don't, eventually that'll worm its way right back up through there. And then you can see there's a panel right back there, right where those 2 knots are, and that was taken off to do some work. And I'll take some caulk and I'll caulk that line all the way in, right down to there where you see the black lines, and all the way down to the bottom and across, and repaint it, and it will look like one piece again. But these are just a few of the tricks that can really make your paint job stand out. It's not that hard to do. Remember, it just takes practice, and it takes a really good teacher like me who has patience to show you how to do things real easy in the real world, instead of you spending all your time looking at me in some white pants and thinking I'm so cool. I'm going to focus on my work and actually telling you how to do it in a video that say hi, baby. She just loves that Minecraft. So that in the real world, you can do this pretty easily with the least amount of equipment and the most maximum amount of really good paint work. So I'm doing it in an unorthodox method, but it doesn't matter how I do it. Okay, I could use a pen paintbrush doing this, as long as in the end it turns out like this. As long as the end is in the end, it turns out absolutely beautiful. Like this. So remember, it's not bragging if you can back it up. And this is my work, and I'll let it speak for itself. And these beams and these roof tiles are all just about 60 years old. So not bad for 60 years old. I'm patting myself on the back. And, you know, some painters worship the water I walk on. Okay.